Make sure they don't forget it. Let me thank Ann again for her terrific work. And once again, with the rest of the Community Services Committee, please stand. Thank you for all your work in getting this accomplished. There are three things I'd like to talk about this morning, and I'm not going to keep you past 2 o'clock or so don't worry about it. The first thing I want to do is to say a little bit about some of the organizing that we're beginning to do or continuing with regard to union veterans. And Mike Balistriere is going to be saying some things in connection with that. I've got a PowerPoint which is not working very well with this projector, but wanted to review with you through a PowerPoint the main elements of the healthcare reform bill, the health insurance reform bill that was just passed and signed this past week. Because I think, as Joe was saying, we're really just learning what all is in this bill, and it's certainly not all in the PowerPoint, but I think it's a good introduction as to, what we're going to see immediately and how a lot of this gets phased in and is going to be affecting us in terms of our union work. And then finally, just a couple of wrap-up remarks with regard to where the union movement is heading in the future and some of the major challenges that we're facing. For too long, I think in general, not just in the union movement, but within our broader society as a whole, that we have allowed the conservative right to take patriotism as its own issue. And if you're not a part of the conservative right, the implication is that you're anti-veteran. We've got to change that. And the union movement has taken on the challenge of changing that. And we have done it, especially, I think the wake-up call was during the time when John Kerry was running for president, all those swift boat ads that were attacking Kerry. Here you've got a war hero who is being attacked for his veteran service, for his military service. And we got a sense of how much the right wing can twist that whole issue in order to grab on to the whole patriotism issue. We know that many union members are also veterans. And at this point, I'd simply like to ask all those men and women in the hall here who are veterans. Say that Mike really has been the spark plug in terms of getting this effort together here in Wisconsin. And, he's getting more help as we go along, but...
in fact, Doug Curler's standing down there, sitting down there too, as part of the committee. And we got the spark plug going, but we need 7 more cylinders running on it. So anyway, I handed this out, the upcoming events for this year, and it's for Ann McNeary. It's not the state of Milwaukee that's doing all these things, it's pretty much around the state. So it's very exciting stuff. We're going to start out with the Memorial Day Parade on the 31st of May, and this will be the first time in Milwaukee that just a group of union vets will be marching. So I'm really, really hoping that we can mobilize our folks to get out there. We're going to try to get some beer and brats at the end of it. We can raise some money on it. And it's going to go from our Union Square Park in Milwaukee to the lakefront by the War Memorial Center, which I'm very excited about that. The LZ Lambeau event. Now this is something that's been long overdue. Vietnam veterans coming back, and I'm a Vietnam Marine vet myself, and it wasn't a very good welcome that I can remember. I remember I got spit on once, but really didn't appreciate that. But now I think with the more of the patriotic stuff's coming around with these Iraqi and Afghan vets, they're really getting a good applause when they come back into the country. And now they're looking at the Vietnam vets saying, we got to get this right. So they're going to have a big deal at the Lambeau Field. It's LZ Lambeau. If anybody doesn't know what an LZ is, it's a landing zone for helicopters in Vietnam. That's what we call them. So, and that's another one that's going to be right on the field, and I guess there's supposed to be a couple, 3,000 to 4,000 people showing up for this. So I'm certainly going to try to make it there myself, and I know my colleague Doug is going to try. But anyway, so we're going to welcome the Vietnam vets home finally after all these years. The Wounded Warrior program that's coming through Milwaukee, again, in different parts of the states. I was a participant in that last year, And basically what it is you see these young, what I call kids, but they're absolutely not kids, coming back with, it's not easy to say these things, coming back with their legs off and their arms off and blown up and what have you. And we last year had a barbecue at the firefighters, one of the fire departments, the Union stage, and made a big deal out of it. And we had some tours to Milwaukee and a ball game and things like that. And again, it just puts you a tear in your eye to see these young guys come back like that. But their spirits were unbelievably high, and I don't know why. I just don't get it. And again, this isn't about the war. This is about the people that are fighting the war, that we're trying to get these projects going. Last but not least, this is another one we did last year, take a vet fishing day at Fort Washington. We don't have a date on that yet. But what they simply do is they load up a bus from the Milwaukee Veterans Hospital, take them to Fort Washington, and the boats are donated, and they go out and fish all day long, come back with big fish. And again, if you see the look on these people's faces, and I would say the majority of them are Vietnam vets who've been in these hospitals for a long time. So I guess my ask is, please fill this, the Union veterans, please fill this out and get it back to me. We've even got an area where you can circle what branch of the service you were in. And whoever put this out, the Marines were, would always be first, but that's...
No.
Annie put this together. I want to thank her for that. Doug, you have anything you need to add to this?
No.
Again, it's about time we praise the vets, all of them, whichever war, and let's get this on track. And one other thing that may be happening, we're not sure yet, Mike Balistiere's got some problems at the VA Center in Milwaukee. I think it's a spinal cord wing they're putting on for spinal cord injuries for vets, and they're probably going to start building non-union. So what better project would this be to have a bunch of union vets out there saying, not going to do it. So that's about it for me, and thank you, and thanks to vets, as David said, thank you very much, and I'm glad we're all home and sitting in this room.